The morning sun reflects on the red roofs. The stench wafts from the canals. We made it, Venice, city in the sea. To our right lies the harbor, and not far from it stands a building that in its size and shape appears to be a parking garage. Our assumption is confirmed. We storm past the sleeping porter towards the ramp that spirals up to the roof. My whole body aches as we climb floor by floor. Especially my thighs are burning, yet a broad grin adorns my face in anticipation of embracing our beloved Europe. "Come!" I shout into the abyss. He is one floor below. I can only hear his panting as it echoes through the corridors. Like a mountaineer on the way to the summit, he comes around the bend, tormented by shortness of breath and spasms. Only 2 floors separate us from the top platform. Impatience drives me forward. "Keep going!" I shout and sprint with flag and joint towards the light, which in a golden yellow color breaks over the corners and edges of this concrete block. Completely out of breath, I reach the roof. A warm sea breeze blows in my face. My gaze flies over the platform, searches her, can't find her. I spin round in disbelief. There is no sign of the curly-haired beauty I remember from my dream. Breathing deeply, I can hear him approaching from behind. He gently pulls the joint from between my fingers, as if he had been chasing it. I notice a red motorcycle that reminds me of hers. "She will come," he says with such certainty it makes me laugh. Distraught, I throw the flag around his neck and lie down next to him, my eyes closed. Was the whole journey in vain? Would intuition drive me through hell only to teach me that I couldn't trust it? Has this woman blinded me to rob me of my last nerve? My head falls to the side, and as I open my eyes, all I see is Francisco squatting on the roof of a black car with his trousers down. "That's the one," he stammers, his head bright red. "I've memorized the number plate," he says, farting, before shitting on the roof of this dream car. It is his keen sense of justice that once again spurs him on to top performance. Satisfied, he pulls up his trousers and comes back to me, beaming. He sits down next to me and gazes into the distance. In these stressful times, she wants us to show patience. She wants to know if we really appreciate her, or if this encounter is just to convince us of the truthfulness of our dreams. She wants to know what it means to be recognized by those who know her, and not to be dismissed as an old acquaintance. She has been disappointed too often. Too often she has not lived up to her name. Too much has been demanded of her, and too little has she been loved. With good reason she lets people wait when she does not satisfy anyone in her perfection, when her abilities are placed above her being and people doubt her authenticity. She wants us to meet her in the moment, because only now is she as she is. Only now is she as we never wanted to see her, weak and worn out, shaped by an image that she will never fulfill, eaten away by the expectations that stole her joy. At this moment, the flag lifts off his shoulders. Like a blue flame in the light of the morning sun, it is lifted up high above our heads and rises ever higher in the wind. We watch in disbelief as it is carried by a gust of wind over domes and chimneys toward St. Mark's Square. It continues its journey along the alleyways and canals, over legendary piazzi, past St. Mark's Tower, and high above the Doge Palace. Further and further onto the open sea, freed from fear, freed from imagination, hope and dream, she rises to unimaginable heights. Ode to Joy is back in our ears. At this sight I cry like a dog. Even Francisco cannot resist his feelings, and it comes pouring out of him in thick drops. We watch as our daughter of Elysium walks into her beloved freedom. Who would have thought that two proletarians are capable of lifting this continent back into the skies? Free you shall be, continent of diversity, cornerstone for the unification of differences. The chaos will subside and clarity will reign over a Europe that has found itself. This is the time when we are able to understand what it means to take back responsibility and to look at the concept of anarchy in a new way. Death to the idea of being a separate being. Long live consciousness, long live reality, and long live the fact that both these words mean the same thing. Carried by the winds under the sway of thy gentle wings. Hare Krishna.